Ah!
God. Okay, that's the first down. Everyone here is ready.
Penis, penis, penis,
Welcome!
penis, penis, penis.
All right. So last week we left off. You guys had came up to the Raiders camp, and you guys had uh, flew over and did a little bit of scouting. You noticed a cave over on the far east side of the camp. You several key locations around the map. You guys had dropped a couple drones that Knick-Knack made in an attempt to get the kobolds and the human cultists to turn on each other. Also noticed a weird ritual going on. And last we left off, we had Crasher and Drake disguised up as Langdedrosis, Cyanrath, and a crony coming into the entrance of the camp. And then we had Knick-Knack and Lorelei on a mission to go save the prisoners. Alanon was headed towards the cave, but found the monkey that you guys were looking for, and is proceeding to exit stage right with said monk. As you guys start to approach the cliffside and get to a semi-safe area, Alanon, Leosin kind of grabs you as he's feeling better now as you healed him a little bit. Uh, he says, "Look, friend, I can't thank you enough for all you've done for me personally, but I fear that the fate of all Toril hangs in the balance. I hate to ask any more of you, but as I was watching the folks in the camp conducting operations from inside of that cave, I realized something important is going on in there. If Greenus still stands, I can find my way there safely, but I dare ask you for one more favor. If you can gather some allies and find out what's going on inside that cave, we can be one step closer on stopping the threat to Toro. Plus, I can pay you 150 gold for you and each of your allies if you can return to me with that information. I've seen a lot of them moving in and out of the cave, many of them high ranking, in fact, I presume. So I highly recommend not going at it alone. The half-dragon commander has been keeping a close eye on me, so I'm afraid you don't have much time before the camp goes on alert. Once they realize that I'm gone, uh, or you don't have much time once they realize I'm gone, but if you can get inside of the cave before that happens, they won't be expecting any invaders to have made it inside the cave, and you should be safe from being captured. Uh, and I intend on heading to El Terrell on the morrow, so that I can convey what I've learned to my friend Ontharr Froome. Rendezvous with me there at a tavern named A Pair of Black Antlers with the information about the cave, and I'll have your payment ready. I'll leave enough supplies and some riding horses back at Greenus for you. And lastly, I don't recommend getting yourselves caught."
So, does this have to do with this Tiamat I've heard about?
Um, I can't be sure, but I did come across a bit of lore in my excursions into the Candlekeep Library. I learned about these so-called dragon masks that allow an individual to potentially communicate with dragons. I don't know exactly what they're using it for, but it seems ominous, and I fear that we could all be in a great danger.
Sorry, I'm typing. There's twin black antlers.
A Pair of Black Antlers is the name of the tavern.
All right. Well, we have been suspicious of this cave. Um, right now, I don't know exactly how I'm going to be able to get to the rest of my companions because currently they are stealing the treasure, getting all of the documents, and also saving prisoners. So, I'll try and figure something out. But uh, 5 horses. That's
I
what we're
can,
gonna need.
can make that happen. He kind of like points off as you guys are standing on the plateau face, overlooking the camp. He kind of points off in the distance over here, and you can see a group of shadowy figures gathering in the middle of the camp. I think you might have an opportunity for distraction right now. I'm not sure what's going on over there. Perhaps I could provide you some cover.
Well, don't make me saving you go to waste. So be sure you get out. We can figure something out after that. How how bad is it in there?
Inside of the
Like
cave?
in the cave.
I can't be sure. I've been stuck outside the whole time. They've beat me and beat me bloody, but I can only tell you what I've observed from the outside. And it looks like the ones that wear purple are the ones in charge, from my estimation. And I've seen
Those
quite a
ones
few
with
of
the
them.
weird masks.
I have not seen any of them with masks yet, but they do wear purple garb. And I do see them moving in and out.
Would that be some of the people I've seen? Was in the
Can you
circle?
show him Lady Joseph?
Yeah. So Langdedrosa is definitely one. Show you a picture of them. And also, you've seen a short-haired female that was wearing robes as well. Let's see if I can find Langdedrosa here. Yeah. So this is Langdedrosa. He was wearing purple attire.
Oh, that's the one we killed.
Yes.
Sweet.
So yeah, I would be like, well, you don't have to worry about that one anymore. Right now, that one is on our team. Well, not that one actually, but that's not important. He's dead.
So you had me worried there for a minute.
Yeah, we just have someone who is apparently able to turn into other people, which I'm still working through on my own terms. But he's on our team, and right now he's sneaking into the commander's tent with another person that used to be with the cult and is now on our team as well. So um, like chances that we can continue on with this. Like, what do you put it at? Like, out of 10?
Well, if your friends are intending on getting into the commander's tent, I can tell you from having a first-hand view, it is heavily guarded. It's probably a very bad idea. And the half-dragon, I assume, is very powerful. She seems to be the highest ranking by my estimations.
But like, they look like another one of the commanders, and then another one is an ex-cult member who nobody knows isn't anymore. So like, does that improve the chances or like less improve them? Because like that's gonna really decide what I do next.
Is there a chance that, well, if the half dragon hasn't returned back to camp, I would assume they would figure he's likely dead or been captured.
Oh, I mean, as far as they're concerned, he just walked through the front gates.
Rezmir does the half dragon commander does have a keen eye for her fellow compatriots, especially the higher ranking ones. So I can't be sure, but she knows people by face that are allowed in the commander's tent and also in the cave, seemingly.
Does she see past faces? Because if it's just faces, I think that they'll be fine.
I can't be sure if there's magic involved, but I can tell you that she does have her closest allies by face and sound, has them memorized.
Well, good luck to you then, I guess. Have those horses ready. I'll do what I can.
Hope to see you soon in El Terrell.
Hmm.
Best of luck.
I at least hope that you find my allies. I'll be sure to pass the message.
All right, well, I best get going before they realize I'm gone. Like I said, hurry. You don't have much time.
I would then go up 60 feet and rush towards the commander's tent.
All right. As you're heading there, we'll move over to Laura and Knick-Knack. Laura, you left off with Bill and Joanna. You're somewhat friends you've made heading back through camp. I'm going to have you make a stealth check for me to see if you can get through unnoticed.
Okay.
First roll, let's get it.
Ooh, yeah, let's go.
Let's go, let's go.
Hell yeah. Yeah, you're pretty covert. You're kind of like slipping and sliding between tents where necessary and trying to stay out of view as much as possible. I will say as you get about right over here. These guys. I just put everyone's thing right in the middle of my screen. Let me fix that real quick. Oh, there we go. Okay.
Yeah, it's a big map.
Yeah. So as you guys get over here, trying to get, I kind of messed up your target. You guys get over here and unnoticed so far, but you hear some commotion coming from the western side of you. Quite a lot of voices, actually.
I know we caused some distraction earlier, so Lorelai's like, this is just part of the plan. Just keep walking. Don't get involved. Don't look at them. Don't say anything. And she keeps it really quiet to the other two, as she tries to kind of hurry them a little bit more towards the direction of where she left Knick-Knack.
All right. Knick-Knack, you notice, go ahead and roll me a perception check, actually. I'll tell you exactly what you know here.
Me or Knick-Knack?
Knick-Knack. Okay. So you're not too sure, but you're kind of beating away on your piece of wood. Try to make it sound as much as possible that you're chopping up some fine. What was it you said you were making?
Making sashimi. Well, at least that's what I told them I was making. I really just cracked a ration and gave it to the prisoners in there so they could be chewing on something if somebody came in.
Right. So it's hard to tell, but it seems a bit quieter outside. You don't hear like voices immediately near the tent, but you are chopping away, trying your damnedest to blend in. Yeah, with that, we'll go over to Drake and Crasher real quick. You guys just make it up to the front gate where you had gathered a kobold escort to wherever you're trying to go.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, what do you guys plan on doing here?
Okay. I guess as we walk toward the commander's tent, I'm looking.
Right now,
are we seeing any signs?
we have the kobold leading us.
Sorry, I didn't catch either of those.
There was a big lag. There was a big lag on when Dom's vocals came through.
What was that? What was that, Crasher?
I was saying that we're currently being led towards the commander's tent by the kobolds' patrons. They fully believe Drake is Langdedrosa. I believe Drake would have asked for the amulet and sword off of Crasher to make his disguise more accurate. And he rolled a 24 in deception. I accidentally rolled perception, but my deception is a +3 instead of +4, so it would have been 20 instead of 21.
Okay. Perfect.
If does him giving me the amulet and the sword, can that help with like be the help action when if I have to like convince somebody later of who my identity is?
It is gonna help you deceive people that you are him. No help action required, but it will benefit you. Yeah.
Sweet. Yeah, I think it makes sense that we head toward the commander's stand. I'm side-eyeing everything right now, trying to see if our trick is working.
So you can go ahead and roll an insight check for me.
Because we did cause some chaos by dropping those stones.
Okay, so as far as you can tell with these kobolds, they are completely like subservient to you. It seems that they firmly believe that you are who you say you are. At least the ones you have right now. Yeah, so how far how far can you move with a dash? 60 feet?
Us?
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yes,
you
60
too.
feet. I mean, I'm 60 feet.
Okay.
I can go 90.
90? Okay, I'll give you the 90 then. Okay, yeah, so as you're looking around at ground level, you see several more kobolds in the tent to your right side over here. They don't seem to be paying much attention. They're kind of like what's the word for it? Like pushing each other down and stuff. They're kind of like fighting over food and stuff. Typical kobold menagerie going on over in those tents.
Okay, makes sense.
So yeah, what you guys see so far. Yeah, so we'll make our way back over to Al-Anon. Yeah, having learned some information. What's your next plan of action here, Al-Anon?
So, I said I was going to go and talk to the guys. That's not what he's doing. Because I thought about it, and I was like, his personality is that, like, he said this was a super dangerous part of it all, and, like, that, like, I'm going to need help and all that, and I was just like, I want to know, is it like he wants me to do something in there, or just see what's going on in there?
From what he told you, he wanted you to gather what's going on in that cave and bring him the information for the payment.
Cool. I'm going to go to the cave on my own.
Interesting. Okay.
I already saved him, and so I'm going to try to get to the mouth of the cave and land above it. And then I'm going to turn into a spider. Not a big spider, just a regular spider.
Okay. I'm going to have you roll a stealth check. I'll give you the spiders if it's better. There is 2 guards standing outside of the cave entrance.
Okay, so you want me... This is after I land?
Yeah, just depending on how you want to do it. You can take whichever stats benefit you the most. But yeah, there is 2 guards you got to get past, at least to get into the cave.
Well, I was thinking of just a normal spider. It's tiny.
Okay. Yeah.
It's like I'm going to be on the cave ceiling as a spider. Like, do I really have to roll stealth for that?
I mean, they have to have really good passive perception in order to see.
Like,
a
they would
spider
have to
being
be
suspicious.
fucking absolutely out of this world to see a normal spider on the ceiling.
Unless they got a thing for killing them, then...
I'm just picturing how you, like, do you land quite a ways away before you turn into a spider?
I land above on the hill and then turn into a spider and then crawl down into the cave.
Okay. Yeah, in that case, you probably don't need to roll stealth. I was picturing like you landing and turning into a
No.
spider.
I land like way out of view, turn into a spider, and I'm like, all right, here we go. Just like start trucking.
Okay, that's fair. Yeah.
I'll
Okay,
still
it's
roll
gonna-
stealth just to be fair, but
No, it's okay. I was just trying to picture how far you would be away, like how long it would take a spider to crawl down there, and depending. You know.
it's gonna be a minute. Like I'm
Yeah.
definitely not going to be caught up with the group after all this is over.
For sure, yeah. I put all the pieces.
But I already completed my mission. That's like where his head is at. Is like, so what he's thinking is like, if I brought everybody else into this, they might die. I know that I can do something that they can't, which is become a tiny creature and like crawl along the ceilings and just be super surreptitious about how he's going about things. Where they would have to do a bunch of extra stuff in order to maybe make it through this, which would still probably involve killing the guards. You know what I'm saying? And so I was just like, if it's just getting information, I'm the best suited for that task of the whole.
That's fair. Yeah, so yeah, you turn into a spider and you're making your way down. With that, as you're making your way into the cave area, I'm gonna cut back over to Lorelei and Knick-Knack real quick. Yeah, Lorelei, I'll let you make some movement. I'll continue with your previous stealth check.
All right. Yeah, we're just gonna keep making our way.
Can you move my character over to the cave entrance at least?
Yeah.
I have no idea where it's at because I never actually found it.
For sure. That's where you're at, right there.
In the
Oh,
black
I was
spot
like
that I
right
can't
next
see.
to the cave already. Perfect.
Kind of, yeah. So yeah, Lorelei, we're at you. You find your token?
Yeah, I'm right here.
Okay, perfect.
I'm
yeah.
up here. Yeah. We're gonna keep making our way in this direction quietly but as quickly as we can. Because she knows time is of the essence, because Knick-Knack, like, she left Knick-Knack behind the tent where nobody was. So in her brain, she is literally like, we just gotta get back to Knick-Knack, and then we can sneak out the prisoners. But because she doesn't know Knick-Knack is in there pretending to be a chef.
For sure, yeah. Yeah, you can take your movement with a dash to let me know how far you get.
All right. Yeah, she's on the ground, so there is no flight involved here. So that should be about there. Somewhere around there.
All right.
Ooh. Maybe a little over that way, just a bit.
That's fine. Okay. Yeah, so what you can see going on is there is a group of cultists that looks like, or bandits, gathered around. They look like they're facing up towards the hill. You can hear some commotion going on. You hear several of them yelling, and you can hear several kobold voices yelling back. And then suddenly you hear a loud, booming voice. You hear someone say, "That is enough! No more of this bickering in my camp." How do you proceed with that information, Laura?
She's gonna keep on walking. Like, this does not involve us. Let's keep going. Just
Okay.
like when someone yells orders like that, being her with her backstory and everything, when someone says stop, you fucking stop. And so to her, it's just like, oh, time to leave.
Okay. Knick-Knack, you can hear a couple voices from outside. You hear someone say, "Look, something's going on up in the hill. Let's go check it out." And you hear some shuffling outside. And then for a moment, the camp goes pretty quiet.
Okay. Can I like grab the block, like keep like knocking on the block like I'm still chopping, but like try to peek out the door of the tent?
Sure, I'll let you roll either a stealth or a performance check.
Well, let's see. Do I do a +2 with disadvantage or do I do a +0?
Is a question.
Nat 1, baby.
Oh man.
Shit.
Yeah, you're taking a peek outside as you're like kind of focused. You're starting to forget to hit the block. You're just kind of waving it in the air for a moment. You're looking outside. The coast seems pretty clear, surprisingly.
I gave you for inspiration earlier. It's the same as DM inspiration. It's just that I get to choose whatever you guys give it. Totally a fake thing I just
Okay, so it's like I don't remember that. Okay. Can I just go try to run over and like unshackle the prisoners?
Yeah, most certainly. They're all bound by like leather and rope. Nothing like no locks or anything like that.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, you start to get to work untying the prisoners. There's about 8 of them that you can count.
Okay. Yeah, just get started on that. Like, all right, so we're gonna get you out of here. I don't know what's happening right now, really. I hope my friend comes back. If not, we're all probably gonna die. But you know, at least he'll be free.
You can see that several of them have a very nervous look on their face, but they're happy to get out of here.
It's like you were gonna die anyways. At least now you die free.
All right, so Alanon, as you're continuing on, this probably make it there this after this movement here. Crasher and Drake, you guys are continuing on. What do you guys do?
I'm gonna point toward the kobold that was on watch, the one that I first spoke to. Take me by the treasure. I'm gonna say in Draconic. Take me by the treasure that we collected tonight. I want to make sure this was all worth it.
Okay. He looks kind of nervous. He's kind of skittish. He's like, "Yeah, sure, boss. I don't know if Rezmir will let us get that close to it, though."
What do you mean? Say I'm not trustworthy?
Well, you see, we're not really allowed in the cave up there. I seen them all taking all the treasure into the cave earlier.
I don't have time for that nonsense. That seems the most inconvenient place to keep it. Can continue to the commander's tent.
Okay, rocket boss, and he's continuing on. I'll move you guys 90 more feet towards it. Close enough. All right, so yeah, you can see up ahead. You start to see some like shadowy figures in the distance. Very short ones up on the hill. They look like you can hear some shouting going on. You can't quite make out what they're saying from this distance, but you hear some commotion going on up ahead of you. All right, Laura.
Yes.
I'm gonna have you go ahead and make one more stealth check for me.
Okay. Come on, Laura. You can do it. Okay, 18. 18's not bad. Got a little scared there for a second. I saw the 1 and I was like,
Okay.
But no, it's a lovely 13.
So yeah, you're
16.
able to blend into the crowd pretty well that's gathering, and you're kind of making your way through. You can hear the louder voice say, you, come here. I'll make an example out of this nonsense."
Was he
And you
pointing
hear
at us?
no, it looked like it looks like you can actually see from this distance. It's a similar half dragon to what you've seen before, but this one is black.
Oh, okay.
Wearing purple garb. He has grabbed a humanoid cultist and a kobold cultist and brought them to the center next to her. From what you can see so far, stick around and see what's going on.
Yeah, no. Laura is like, nope.
All right.
Mom says when this kind of shit goes down, you get the fuck out.
Fair enough.
I mean, it's probably all our fault. So, like, this is working perfectly.
Yeah, this is according to the plan. This is supposed to happen. This is supposed to happen. That's supposed to happen. Okay, come on. It's like she's not muttering this under her breath. It's just this her internal monologue going on of like, just keep walking, keep blending in, just keep walking, keep blending in, keep walking, keep blending in.
Okay.
Don't be suspicious.
Don't be suspicious.
Right. So I'm gonna say at this point, with your movement, you can make it over to Nick Knack. Just as you're leaving getting out of the crowd,
Okay.
you hear a scream, and then some gurgling, and then the noise stops.
Ugh.
And you are able to make it over to a tent where you can see Nick Knack poking his head out of the tent with a band of people behind him. Nick Knack, what do you got going on?
Nick.
All right, guys, on count of three. Oh, Laura, you made it back.
Yeah, I made it back. What are you doing? I told you to wait right here.
Don't be suspicious.
Well, they saw me. They saw me, so I told them I was a sashimi chef, and they let me in.
Okay, well,
So
come on.
so I freed the prisoners.
All right, well, let's go. How many prisoners are there?
There's
You never
about
gave us
8.
Eight?
There's about 8 of them.
Okay, 8. Sweet. All right. We need to get up that hill where I flew you down. So,
Oh, that's a big hill.
well, I can fly and I can carry. I'm not that weak when it comes to lifting things. And I have a +2 strength. I should be able to carry at least one other person with me. Right?
You guys do know that the cliffside's pretty easy to climb. Like, it's kind of a slope. It's not really like a direct upwards. It's kind of like a slope.
Okay.
I think
Laura was gonna.
what you said before is that it's harder to be sneaky up the hill than it is to climb the hill.
Right. There's like loose rocks and stuff.
Yeah, Laura wants to fly them all up to the spot where they had all gathered previously, like the group had originally met. Like she did with Nick Knack, except like if there's now she's got like 12 people to take up if I'm doing my math right. Yeah, because we've got 8 prisoners plus the 2 I have, so that's 10 people. Lorelai's got to fly up, plus Nick Knack, so that's 11.
I don't
Alright.
think these shoes will climb it too well.
I am not making you climb in those shoes, honey. But what
Perfect.
we're gonna do is that, all right, who here is good at climbing and not loosening rocks? Like, y'all able-bodied people here?
You see about half of them raise their hand. You can see that one of them for sure is this big burly dude.
Oh, shit. Okay, burly dude, I'm gonna see if I can lift you up that hill without you knocking down some rocks. Unless you can carry somebody up that hill without them falling
I
off
would
you.
say it would
You can do that.
like you don't carry them up the hill. They can climb the hill. What he was saying is that it's easy to climb the hill.
Yeah, it's just
It's
not
hard to
wanting to let rocks
healthy
loose.
up the hill.
Yeah.
You should, yeah, but you should do a rope line.
Yeah, we
and
didn't
then
throw a
have
rope
good
down.
line, stealthy leap ahead.
Does Laura have a rope still? I don't think I gave her a rope. No, she got a rope. All right, you know what? Plan B. All right. Me, burly guy. We're gonna go up this hill here. I'm gonna throw down a rope. The hillside's what? 50 feet?
From your current location, it's about, say, 120 feet up.
Oh, rope's only going 50 feet.
Now there is a 50-foot incline just up here to your like northwest, and then another like 60 feet up.
So we got to be real stealthy because that puts us real close to those tents.
Mm-hmm.
All right. You know what? Got a better idea. We're gonna walk out of camp.
We're gonna what?
We're gonna walk out of camp.
We're gonna walk out?
Yeah. And
you think they're just gonna let us walk out?
I'm gonna make it look like we can walk out, like we were given orders to move out of camp. I have a plan.
I mean, okay.
Well, look, we already got one lieutenant's name. I just gotta drop it, right? So it's just convincing people. You know, act like you belong. And besides, and she points at Joanna, and I can never remember her husband's name for some reason.
Bill.
She's gonna point at them and go, "We're your escort out." That's how we're gonna do this.
They are nervous, but they nod their head.
Look, you two just have to pretend that we are transferring these prisoners to another encampment. So we're gonna walk up the hill here, and if anyone asks, we're moving the prisoners. But we gotta make this look legit, so I need everybody to at least have some sort of ropes bound around your feet. Or something, so we can make sure you guys don't escape. So, you know what? Everybody tie the rope around your waist. We're gonna make it look like it.
They're hesitant to become prisoners once again, but
You're not gonna stay this way. It's just for show. I promise. It's just for show. Once we get you outside the camp, I'll take the rope off. I promise. I swear.
So you just wrap it. You don't have to tie it. Just,
wrap it
around, and they each hold the wrap part, and then that way, if something happens, they just let go and they're free.
Yeah, just hold it around your hands like this, and she's gonna bend the rope and kind of make it look like it's wrapped around their hands, but really they're just holding a knot.
Okay.
Knick-Knack clacks his fan open, is just fanning himself oh my god. Oh my god.
All right, Knick-Knack, this is just for show. It's just so we can get up the hill and back to where we started. Once we get them up there, they can find their own way back to the town.
Yeah, no, it's a good plan. I've just never done anything like this before.
Well, one, put that fan away, honey, because you're gonna blow our cover.
Oh, okay. Just quick little 3 more fans real quick before I clack it back up and just slip it in my pocket.
All right. Okay. We can do this. All right. God, I wish I had Fuzzy right now. She'd be able to lead me out of here. All right. So Laura's gonna have them try to go up the incline at the 50 feet mark right here, quietly, and hoping that no one sees them. And if they do, she'll just go, "Moving the prisoners." Okay, I was told to do quietly. Just kind of doing the big in charge look kind of thing as they're walking.
Okay.
So.
All right. Yeah, you guys are gonna make your way there. I'll have you guys go ahead and roll a stealth check.
All right.
Each of you guys.
Civil War coming along.
An 11.
11. Okay.
16.
Okay. Yeah, as you guys are making your way over, Al-Anon, you just make it inside. You climb on the roof and kind of duck inside past the 2 guards. They're kind of kicking some rocks outside of the cave entrance. And you're able to make your way inside. Can you see that on that map there?
Yes, I just realized that you moved me over to a different one. And so I get to move my movement?
Yeah, I'll let you make your movement here. I'll tell you what you see real quick. Before you get too far.
Sorry, stream audience. I'm not Al-Anon.
Yeah, sorry guys.
Yep.
Use your imagination.
Yeah. So you can see the cave entrance is broad and tall. The ceiling quickly lowers to a height of 15 feet, and standing inside the entrance, you can see two humanoids dressed in that black garb that you'd seen before. I'll show you a picture of them. Do, 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 do. Boop.
Any active spells I had on, I released concentration.
All right. Yeah. So you see two of these guys hanging around in the center. One of them's kind of sitting up against a column right there to your left side, and on the right, another one is just kind of leaned up against the wall. They don't seem
on the ceiling to be as chill as I can.
All right.
So just really, really unobtrusive little spider guy.
Alrighty.
Seen a lot of spiders. I'm trying to imitate them as the best I can.
That's fair. Yeah, so is that your full movement right there?
That's dash, yeah.
Okay. All right, so you get right there. We'll move back over to these guys here. Okay, we go back over to Drake and Crasher. You guys are making your way through the camp. Where you guys headed next? What direction?
I feel like I need to take better advantage of
You're
this
still taking
opportunity.
us to the center, right?
What's up?
Yeah, that's where we're walking. As we're walking, I'm going to continue just in Draconic, talking to the one I've made, like that I've talked to. Who's on rotation to command the men tonight?
Well, Resmir usually stays in charge. I seen Frulum. She was walking around with Resmir earlier. I don't know. I've been on guard for a little while now.
Just the two of them?
They had another weird guy with them. I don't know his name though.
Oh, is he new? Or has he been here?
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure you've seen him. I don't know. You know more than I do, boss.
That's true. Just been gone all day, and I don't know if they've changed anything. You know how it goes.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, boss.
Seems like we got new orders coming in every other day.
Telling me.
How are the kobolds doing?
I mean, they've been giving us. I wish, you understand. The other guys, the pinkies, they, give us scraps, and trying to get some more, but I don't think they trust us very much. I think we're gonna.
It's like they don't understand who we are. We serve the dragons, right? The scaled ones are obviously the closest to the dragons.
Right, you get it, boss. You get it.
Obviously, these pink ones, I don't even know why we tolerate them.
Freaking pinkies, always up to no good. I'll tell you.
I agree. Soft flesh just waiting to be rended.
Disgusting, if you ask me.
Yeah, filthy. I'll keep walking. He just to confirm real quick though, is Rasmir and Froman?
Frulum.
Frulum Mondath. Yeah, if you would look back at Crasher at any point, you would see him kind of like grinding his jaw. He's trying to hold it back because he knows we're in a situation where we might not win if I get into a fight. But hearing Resmir and Frolin are in the same place really makes me want to go crazy.
Putting that together with what you said about the other guy, well, the guy that I currently am right now, I'm going to put together that we might have the names of the leaders.
Potentially.
So deducting from that, sorry, I'm just trying to catch up to my 18 intelligence character here.
You're good. You're good.
Okay, so I think the next thing I would try to bring up is we got any orders to move out yet? Have you heard anything? Has word come in?
No, the last thing I heard was the hunters are supposed to be back in the morning. Speaking of which, boss, I don't mean to intrude on you, but I heard they're bringing some antelope tomorrow. You think you could get us guys in the tents over, a couple of antelopes?
Oh, I'll make sure you're at the front of the line.
Thank you. They keep taking so much to the cave. I don't know what they're doing with it. It's such a waste of food.
Like, I'll tell you, if you're not at the front of the line, you make sure you're at the front of the line. Don't let them push you around.
You got it, boss. You got it. I know I liked you, boss.
I'm here for you. The scaled ones will rule in the end. That's what this cult's about.
Hell to you, Tiamat, yeah.
Hail to you, bet. Sorry.
You all right there, boss?
Yeah, just ate some villagers that we got back at the place that just didn't sit right with me.
Yeah, they're dirty.
Fucking Aladon's getting shivers up his spine every time they mention the cave.
Yeah, so what direction are you guys headed in right now? Are you guys going to go towards the tents, or are you continuing on to that?
Okay, so we still need to find out what's motivating. We know what's motivating these attacks, I think, generally. We don't have any idea where they plan to strike next, so we still need to figure that out. So we're heading toward the commander's tent.
All right. Guys over here. So as you guys are heading down, the voices come a lot clearer. You see the kobold standing there, and you just hear the scream as you make your way there, and then some gargling, and then it stops. And then you hear a loud, booming voice say, you see, this is what happens when you make a ruckus in my camp. Let that be an example to y'all. Just stop fighting and get back to work. And one of the kobold you've been talking to turns back. Boss, that sounds like Razmir. She don't sound too happy.
Yeah, sounds like she's having her own kind of night. Let's leave her to it.
Yeah, but probably best. Well, we do kind of got to go that way if you're wanting to go to the tent,
Oh, what am I thinking? What is she doing awake at this hour? I guess I should go.
You want us to stay here, boss?
Yeah, why don't you go check on what the commotion was that she had to deal with?
Yeah, you got it, boss. It sounds like it's just up ahead here. And they start to continue on. Go ahead.
I'll ordering them to go and check out what's there. I think I would kind of walk slower, I guess, so they could get ahead.
Okay.
And get closer to Crasher.
Okay.
Do we want to do this? Do we want to go and confront this Razmir?
I won't like changing my focus. I'll just nod.
I don't know if that's a good idea right now. You think, right? Like, you look like you want to fight. We're surrounded by hundreds of this Razmir's followers and men. We can't fight them here.
Not going to do it yet, my foolish.
All we got to do is figure out where they're going next. That's all we got left to discover. That's all we got left to find out. So
yeah, Crasher promises not to do anything foolish.
I'm trying to think of a way that we could do that accomplish this without going in the commander's tent.
I mean, it's a tent, right?
Yeah, but Okay. Yeah, we'll give it a go. Just as long as we can all keep our cool.
All right.
I'll authoritatively and with every bit of the swagger that Sian Wrath or person I am right now, I will start walking toward the commander's den.
All right. You guys continue on. I'm going to cut over to Laura and Knick-Knack. You guys are able to get your way up the cliffside here.
Oh, sweet. With all of our people?
Yeah, there's a few stragglers left coming up right now as you're making your way up.
All right.
Yeah.
I have no idea that my little toy is over there because
Yep.
it doesn't reach that far. uh, is anything going on in this camp that we're coming up next to?
As you're looking around, you can see the remnants that kobolds live here. No kobolds in sight.
Okay.
All right. Let's just keep moving. Remember. All right. Joanna, I need you at the end of the line, so that way if they see you, they know that we're like moving into the unit. Knick-Knack, I want you at the front, okay? I'm gonna be here in the middle, and God, why can't I remember Joanna's husband's name? I'm losing my mind here. It's driving me
Bill.
crazy. Bill, you're gonna be next to me in the middle, so that way it's like a kind of a diamond-shaped pattern, okay? And we're gonna keep everybody in the middle of us, so that way if they ask questions about why the prisoners are out, we can say we're moving them to a different tent because some of the fighting was happening down by where we were. All right? That's our story. I'm gonna stick to it.
Yeah, they nod their head in agreement. You better get out of here quick.
That's why I said we're walking out of here. So let's keep walking, and we're gonna head towards since she's trying to lead them all back to where the group was looking down at the camp earlier, where we all everyone was waiting for her and the guys and Alanon to finish scouting.
Okay, so you got a couple options here. You can take the long way around to go straight out of the entrance of camp, which is up to your northwest of this direction.
Mm-hmm.
Or there's another slope here that's about 60 more feet up that would probably take you right there. Should you go that way?
Is it easily climbable?
It's about the same as the other. It's just 60 feet instead of 50.
Yeah, she.
So easily climbable, but not sneakily climbable.
Right.
She's gonna go for it anyways.
All right.
She's just gonna wander him over there, make it look like she's leading him towards the entrance, and then at the last second, kind of move them all against the hill and go up.
All right. As you're getting everybody on, you start to hear some commotion behind you. It seems like the kobolds that live here are returning into camp. As you're getting the last ones to go up the hill.
Okay, we better hurry up, come on. Nobody panic. Lorelai is keeping that all in her monologue, but she's panicking a little bit.
All right.
Totally couldn't tell.
Knick-Knack is very visibly panicking, but
Knick-Knack, that's why I'm having you go first.
Yeah.
That's why she made you go first. If anyone's gonna stand out from this entire group, it's gonna be Knick-Knack. So I'm sorry, which direction are we going? We're going up the cliff this way.
Okay.
All right. With that, we'll cut back over to Alan on moving into the cave.
And to think this is the hard part.
Right, I get to there.
They're coming. They're coming.
And I just keep on scuttling along, fucking crack to crack. Dash, crack. Dash, crack. Like,
Okay.
I'm trying to be the most like, spiders normally are pretty inconspicuous, but he's trying to be a sneaky spider.
Right. Go ahead and roll me a perception check as you're getting in there. You still keep your dark vision even though you're wild shape, right?
I believe so. For druids.
Yes, and also I have dark vision as a spider.
Yeah, spiders have dark vision.
Okay. Just trying to get a gauge on how far you can see. Okay. So with your perception, let me tell you what you see.
It's an amazingly perceptive spider there.
Sure is.
Spiders have a +6 perception.
Mm-hmm.
It's them 8 eyes.
That's true.
Oh no, it's because I'm a druid again. Yeah, so I keep my best stats. All my wisdom and charisma stats stay the same as my druid.
Right. It's polymorph. That's where all your stats change, no matter what.
Yeah, polymorph changes everything. Wild shape, basically, I keep my intelligence, wisdom, and charisma stats.
All right. So what you can see is to your south. You see a little alcove, but with your perception, you realize that it's not just an alcove. You can see a little passageway just to the very back that's probably be really hard to see if you didn't have such good dark vision. To your east, over here, you can see about a 10-foot drop-off suddenly to the next area. It's too far to see down what's down there, but you do see a set of stairs that lead off to the right side. Looks like some fungus is covering the staircase.
What about foot traffic and such? Do I see prints of any kind?
Go ahead and roll me a survival check.
Ah, son of a bitch.
Okay. So you can see in your immediate area around you, taking a quick glance, you can obviously see the humanoid footprints that meander about this area, presumably from the two behind you. But the only other footprints you can see is a few kobold footprint tracks that lead off this direction.
Which direction was that?
To your east, like towards the stairs.
Gotcha. And so I don't see anything toward the alcove?
You don't know.
I'm gonna keep going towards the stairs then, because I'm not a fan of this situation.
Yeah.
Not really hyped about how this is going on. This is legitimately like, if I don't do it, then the others will have to do it, and then everything fails.
Eventually. Okay. So as you're moving towards the stairs, we'll move back over to everybody else over here. All right, Crasher and Drake. You just sent the kobolds to continue on down the way there. You suddenly, as you're kind of continuing on a little bit, you see the kobolds running to return to you. And they're kind of like panting. They're, boss, it's not looking too good over there, boss.
Well, what do you mean?
Well, Rezmir is a little pissed. I'm not gonna lie. There's a dead kobold and another dead guy over there. It's not looking too good.
Oh wow, she must be really angry.
Yeah, I think she made some quick work out of him. She said she's gonna make an example. Something like that.
Well, there's nothing to be done by except for try to stay mostly out of her way until she calms down. Let's continue to the commander's tent. Is she currently dealing with that, or is she in the tent?
I saw her and Frolum talking over there in the just in the pathway to get to the tent.
Well, it sounds like what I think might have happened. It's one of those pinkies started some trouble with one of us.
Yeah, you're probably right. Probably right.
Right? And then Resmir goes and kills both of them?
Seems like it, yeah. Checks out so far.
So why's one of ours got to pay when the pinkies start some?
You know, you're right. Let's go show Resmir a piece of her mind. She's supposed to be on our side.
No, I said we don't get back at Resmir. She'll learn by morning. Let her calm down. I said we get back at the pinkies.
Oh, okay. How you plan on doing that, boss?
Hey, let's say an eye for an eye. Why don't you guys go find some pinky? Nobody else is around, you teach them a lesson.
I like you more every day, boss. All right.
Hey, do it quick and make sure it's loud. I want it to make a lot of noise. And then get out of there as fast as you can.
All right, you got it, boss. We'll head there now. And you see him start to take off toward the east.
I'm gonna try to get a little bit out of the way. I'm hoping that if more noise happens, Resmir's gonna head after that, and I'll use that as a distraction.
Okay.
G move.
All right. They
Heck yeah.
don't quite make it into the tent yet. Are you guys gonna keep moving forward a little bit, or are you guys gonna just chill out where you are?
I'm gonna. If Crasher's with me, I'm going to do the whole thing where you just like instigated a fight, and then you kind of spread, like blend back into the crowd, like away from the situation. I'm gonna try to do that basically. I'm gonna let this trouble go start, and then I want to get as close as I can to the command tent where I'm not obvious, right? I don't want to be seen by Resmir, but when they come out to deal with whatever's about to just happen, I'm hoping to get in the tent as they leave. So wherever I need to get to kind of get out of the way view of that.
It's a tent, right? So you can just go behind the tent and then cut your way through the back.
Well, I can just, once she's out of the tent, I'm just going to walk right in like I own the place. I just need her to have something to deal with. And I don't want to have to be too, you know what I mean? Like obvious that I'm hiding. So I'm trying to just be circumspect, I guess. Would be the word I'm looking for.
Blending into the crowd.
Yeah, hiding in plain sight.
Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious.
Exactly. Okay. That's my motto.
The theme song of this entire session so far.
Exactly.
All right,
yeah.
Blending back in.
I'm kind of being circumspect, just kind of blending into the background for a second. I'm going to try to see if Resmir will react and deal with this, and then I'm going to walk right in the front of the tent like I own the place when there's nobody inside. That's what I'm hoping for.
Alrighty. While that is happening, Knick-Knack and Lorelei, you see kobolds getting uncomfortably close as you're last to head up on the cliffside to climb your way up, and you get out of there just in the nick of time before they make it all the way back to their tents.
Oh god, that was close.
Oh my god.
Okay, we're not out of the woods yet. We gotta get these people back to the village like we planned.
No, we're not even in the woods at all. They're right in front of us.
No, we gotta keep the people going.
Oh, we gotta get them into the woods.
Yes! Look, the plan was that everybody does their own thing. And our thing was to get the prisoners out and back to town. So you and we gotta hightail it with them, all right? We can do this.
We're going back to town. We're going back to town then.
We're gonna get him at least in the direction of town. It took us all day to get here earlier, remember?
Well, we're supposed to meet everybody else back in town, right?
Right.
Well, let's get going then. We almost got caught.
Damn right. Alright, come on, everybody. And then she's gonna drop back by Joanna and Bill. See what I mean? Easy, piece of cake.
That was the most terrifying experience in my life, I'd say.
Yeah.
You did it.
If anybody asks, you two were spies. That way, nobody gets upset at you in this new town if they saw you earlier in the raid.
Joanna, like, you can see that she can't really contain herself, and she just lunges to give you a hug. She's like, "No, you said not to touch." Thank you so much.
You're welcome. And she just does the very, like, awkward pat on the back. Okay, come on. We gotta walk, sweetie. Let's go.
All right, so you guys are heading back towards the greenest?
Yeah.
Yep.
All right.
The party's plan was get the prisoners out, get them back to greenest. Then, like, everybody else goes to their thing. Nobody's caught us to tell us, hey, you need to come back for us at camp.
That is true.
Our plan was to scatter and then reunite later.
Yep.
All right, yeah, you guys are able to successfully make it out of camp safely. Good job, guys.
As they're walking, though, Lorelai will do a very light whistle as she is trying to see if Fuzzy may have followed her at a distance.
Okay.
She won't get her for another level, but still, just saying.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, you're whistling. You don't hear nothing yet.
Mm-hmm. Damn it.
Yeah, you guys are continuing on.
On the road again.
We're gonna cut over to Al-Anon. I think this is gonna be next. So, Al-Anon. You said you're heading towards the stairs, right?
Yep, gonna keep on going towards the stairs.
Right.
I'm like, every 8 legs that moves, we're regretting a little bit more and more.
That's fair. How many feet can you move per second or per turn? Just out of curiosity.
20, and then I'm dashing to get 40. So I figure if I'm tiny and I'm sticking in the cracks, I can dash and nobody will notice. Especially if I'm on the ceiling.
For sure. All right. Yeah. So you make your way over there. The entrance to the cave ends here at a 10-foot drop off. To your right, broad steps are roughly hewn into a natural stone ramp. And the cavern below is carpeted with a profusion of fungi ranging from a few inches high to nearly as tall as a human adult. 2 paths lead through the fungi, one on the right and one on the left.
Which path seems more traveled? Is there drag marks and such?
Go ahead. What's your passive perception as a spider?
It'll be a 16 because it'll take me to get past it.
Right. So you're able to deduce that the left path is more traveled, I would say.
Okay, I would have headed towards that then.
Okay, are you heading towards the ground or are you going to stay on the ceiling?
Oh, I'm for sure staying on the ceiling. There's no way I'm coming off the ceiling.
Okay. All right, fair enough.
Wait, so is it like a path that goes to the left, or you're saying that like
once you get down the stairs, there's a path. Yeah, so once you get down the stairs, like there's a path through the fungus that one leads to the left side and one leads on the right side. That makes sense.
Oh, so I'm on the ceiling though. So
yeah, it doesn't apply to you, but just
no, I'd still be going straight down the hallway.
For sure. Okay. Righty. got your movement there.
Yeah, I was. I would have ended up in what I thought you meant. Like there was a path that went to the left and the path that went to the right. You know what I'm saying?
Oh
But
yeah,
if
no,
you're
no.
saying that like a path through the fungus, I was like that doesn't apply to me because I'm not in those.
100%, yeah. Okay. That will bring us back over to Crasher and Drake. You guys are trying to listen for. They're kind of quite a ways away. Go ahead and roll a perception check for me, or you can take a passive. Up to you.
I'll roll mine. I don't know about Crasher.
I'll take my passive. 14.
Okay. 14. Okay.
Whew. Wow. Okay. Probably should have taken the passive. It's fine. Crasher can help me out. My passive's lower than his for sure.
Okay. So yeah, you're kind of looking around. You're getting distracted by seeing all these kobolds moving into the tents to your south. But then Crasher to your east, you hear some voices. You hear one say, "Hey, what are you doing over there?" And you start to hear some movement from the east heading north. And you hear the voice say, "You three, get over here."
Are they talking to them or is this to the kobolds that ran off?
The kobolds, because he said 3.
It's not Rasmus's voice, is it?
Point his attention over there.
This one is a female voice, but it doesn't sound like the one you heard before.
Okay. How does it look like the way to the command tent's clear? There certainly is a lot of these little kobold guys, aren't there?
I don't really know. I don't like have a smell or anything. It's really hard because neither one of us has dark vision.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's get closer to the tent.
Yeah,
You said they're in the tent.
All right.
We'll see if the that commotion continues to escalate. We don't really know what's going on with those voices, so I guess we'll see in a second.
20 feet. Tell me if you guys can see anything, because I'm not sure. So that's 50 feet.
I see a little bit on the edge of my vision.
Okay.
Let me zoom way in.
And I'm starting to see a lot more.
Okay, yeah, we're walking past some like bandits and what have you.
Yeah, so what you can see here is two heavily armored cultists. You see a couple other cultists, and you see a couple guard drakes, as well as 3 kobolds being surrounded over there. You also see the short-haired woman. Crasher, you know who this is. This is Frula Mondef.
Yeah.
See the same black half dragon, and you see a strange bald gentleman wearing red robes and a strange tattoo on his forehead.
I will try to keep Drake low, and like behind me, so he's not easily visible, so they don't call him over. And keep marching forward. Probably heading more away from them.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll follow his cues.
All right. I'm gonna have you guys roll a stealth check. I'm gonna make it a straight roll. great.
Killing it.
Damn!
Good at this.
Lorelai stole all of the good stealth rolls. I'm sorry.
All right.
Yeah, it's looking very obvious. Like, I'm not trying to get involved in this.
Can I do a deception instead?
Sure. What's your deception modifier?
+3.
+3? Okay, so I'll give you a 12 on that.
I mean, if we're doing a
Alright.
deception, mine's +6, so I could turn mine to a 14.
Ooh.
Okay.
Oh, it wouldn't be 14. I
12,
guess it'd
12.
be 12. Yeah. Not subtracting.
So 12 and 12. Okay.
Oh, that'd be way better.
Way better than 8 and 9.
Well, if you guys are deceiving rather than trying to sneak past, it could play out differently. So we'll see. I'm gonna come back to you guys. Al-Anon, continuing on in your journey. Yeah, where do you head next?
The spider on the wall.
I don't know. All right, so as you enter the next room, you realize you are encountering a bit of a problem. In this room,
There's so much cave.
so in this room, you see that there is a plethora of bats hanging on the ceiling. The ceiling's completely covered in bats. They look like they're sleeping, but you're a druid. You know bats. They're not very heavy sleepers.
So, stealth check, yeah?
If that's how you want to proceed, you most certainly can try.
I'm holding the action to release wild shape because I don't see no bat.
Okay. You are about 15 feet off the ground. I'll just let you know that.
I'm an owl. I can fly.
Yeah.
Not really weird.
That is true, yeah. Okay, with the 14. Right, yeah, you start to kind of pass through the bats, being ever so cautious not to touch one. And you're slightly just creeping around the bats hanging off of the ceiling. Nothing draws attention so far. Is that all the movement you got?
That's everything. I'm over here just wondering if I'm going to die or not.
Okay. All right, we'll move back over to Crasher and Drake. You realize you've caught a glance of one of the people here. This guy here specifically. He looks over. Oh, no, that can't be him. She says, Lord Mondath, take a look. And she turns over. That really you? Langdon Drosser, where have you been?
Of course it's me. I've been out fighting, crushing skulls all day. I'm tired. I want something to eat. I want to rest. I'd really like to know when we're supposed to, our orders are set to set out in the morning so I can see how long I've got to rest. What are you doing, messing with some kobolds?
Well, Rezmir is taking care of it. There was a little bit of an uprising tried to happen between these pesky little kobold things. Take care of them, show them who's really boss around here.
Seems like there was a lot of people that could be handling that besides us.
Yeah, well, it's been a slow day. Everybody's kind of coming down off of the raid.
It was quite exhausting. I lost count of the amount of enemies that I felled with my sword.
By the way, what took so long? You've been gone a while. We thought you were dead.
Well, I decided that my thirst for blood knew no bounds, and I traveled through the town, killing off the wounded and the weak. All in service to Tiamat.
I gotta do something real quick. Something didn't say like
I
it
was
supposed
just
to.
trying to get a bunch of extra murder in. I don't know what the problem is.
Yeah. Don't mind
I was
Knickknack
thinking
and
more-
Laura over here
Or,
having a
I was thinking you
little
were more
RP
saying
talk.
something like your fight went on for a little bit.
What was that, Crasher? I didn't hear you. Sorry.
So I was thinking you were going to say like the fight went on longer than you anticipated, and the enemies were harder to fight or something like that.
I thought about that, but all our men came back before us, so I think that's why they think we're dead, because everybody else returned earlier. So I was just going with the idea that, like, no, I decided to murder a little longer. Like, that's what we
I
do.
would say your specific troop, though, stayed longer already, and none of the other ones came back.
Yeah, none of your
yeah,
kobolds came back.
Oh, yeah, we're the only survivors, for sure.
She says, you know, I saw you messing with those people in the keep. You know, remember I told you not to do that. But you felt the need, and you headed over there. So how did that go?
Well, I challenged one of theirs to a fight, and I'd rather not discuss it.
Since when did you pick up a new friend? You don't usually travel with others rather than a kobold.
This is actually who brought about the end of our bout in front of the keep. This is one of our men from the northern cult.
Curious, he met us all the way down here in Greenest. And, you know, a little odd, but...
Well, I've taken him under my wing. I think he'll do just fine.
Well, we better go deal with these kobolds real quick so we can get back to business.
Speaking of business, do we have any orders on when we're setting out? I'd like to know how much sleep I can get.
She looks around for a minute and she kind of is like, I haven't heard anything yet.
What are they waiting on?
I'm not sure.
Do we at least know where we're going?
Well, we're heading north, obviously. I'm sure you knew that already.
Of course.
Yeah, Resmir hasn't made any decision yet. She's been keeping her eye on that monk over there.
Well, then kill the fool and be done with it.
Well, she would, but she thinks that he might be leading some members of the Harpers here.
Ugh, Harpers.
Yeah, trying to find out what he knows exactly. Anyway.
Well, I'm sure you don't need my assistance with kobolds.
Suppose not. Usually you take up for them, but if you're okay with it, we'll just finish these up. We'll meet you back at the tent.
I mean, at least make sure they haven't done something wrong.
Well, we caught them trying to sneak up on these other members over here, and we just told them to separate into their own camps. So, would say that's insurrection.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Yeah. I'll have Resmir meet you in the camp. Gotta head over to the hatchery.
Oh, the hatchery.
Yeah.
How many eggs do we have in now?
Well, you know, I don't really have time to be messing around. You know all this information already. She kind of puts something in her jacket pocket, and she starts to head off with an entourage of folks.
I don't like the sound of any of that.
and it just makes me worried even goddamn more.
Is there any clear sign of which one might be Resmir's tent?
Well, from what you could probably gather here, she seems to be the head honcho, so to speak. Here, she's the one in charge. So Commander's tent's a likely candidate for her living arrangements.
And that would be the one that's over here.
Yep.
The big boy. Yep.
Okay. I guess we'll continue that way, keeping our distance from the entourage ahead of us.
All right. As you guys continue on, you hear a and you have a feeling those kobolds are no longer with us.
Oh, that's unfortunate. I guess that clears up loose ends.
And you make your guys' way over there, keeping some distance. All right, we'll head over to Helenon.
So, on this divergence, where do I see most paths going? Is it still like down the main thoroughfare?
One moment, let me get over there real quick. Okay. So yeah. So with your dark vision.
Like, if you want to play it as I have spider dark vision, I still have 30 feet.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I'm trying to think of you are in the middle of a shitload of bats right now, so it's going to be obstructing your view quite a bit. The ground seems mostly clear. You do notice that there's several dead bats on the floor. As far as any diverging pathways, you haven't spotted any yet.
Okay, so I don't see these ones this way.
Yeah, not quite yet. You haven't made it quite far enough to spot those.
Well, how about tracks on the floor? Because that's straight down below me. I can see that. Right?
Sure, I'll go with your survival check from earlier. You do see some kobold tracks trekking through this area.
Do I see anything larger dragging or anything like that?
No. Just the kobold tracks.
And they go deeper into the cave, like straight ahead this way?
That's correct, yeah. You can see them going back and forth, actually, but yeah, all heading deeper into the caverns.
I'll continue that way then. You want me to roll another check?
Yeah, I'm gonna have you go ahead and roll another stealth check for me as you're continuing on. It's good. It's good. All right, I'll let you make some movement. You feel pretty confident in your ability to sneak around these here bats. Okay, so as you're passing through, you notice something peculiar. Several bats do dot the ceiling, but there's a few of them that don't quite look like a bat. They look more like a...
Please don't say what I think you're going to say. About to say one of his favorite creatures in D&D. And it's not because it's strong, it's because it's terrifying.
They look somewhat similar to bats, but a little bit different.
God damn it, it is the thing I wanted it to not be. They're fucking bat mosquitoes, dude. They're nasty. They're the worst, dude.
Yeah. You suspect this is the cause of the dead bats on the ground.
Yeah, they're eating the other bats because they don't give a fuck as long as you have blood.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I hate Sturges, dude. They're the worst. Yeah, no, I'm gonna keep continuing on as sneaky as I can, trying not to make a sound. But I will try and see if paths diverge. Do they go to my left or they
Yeah,
continue on ahead?
for sure. So, what you can see here, you see a path to your southeast over here. You can't see too far down it though. There's a set of stairs that start to lead. You see a steeply descending steps, and a curtain hangs across the passage. It looks like it's made of hundreds of heavy leather strips, about the width of a human hand. The strips are affixed to the ceiling and are long enough to drag on the floor. The curtain extends from wall to wall. The leather comes from a variety of local animals and is badly cured. The curtain is several layers thick with no gaps, so you can't see through it at all. Uh, to your northeast,
I
um,
moved myself based on what would have been most interesting on first sight. And a place with curtains, I would have ended my movement there instead of where I was at.
okay, so you'd go straight to the curtain, you said?
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like I had the whole movement still, but like I would have had like like how the ring of where your movement ends is.
Yeah,
If
yeah.
I saw a place with a bunch of curtains, I would have certainly tended towards that instead.
Okay. So you kind of looking around still to see what else you see, or you kind of just immediately
Yeah,
drawn to
no,
the.
I still I'm drawn to the curtains, but I'm still wary of my surroundings.
Okay. So to your northeast, you see a ledge that drops down 10 feet. Uh, you can get the scent of a foul, strong odor that hangs in the air in that direction. Your northwest, um, you see a short, wide passage that leads there. You can see just the faintest dim light that flickers from that area. Yeah.
Okay. Um, I think I'm gonna still check out the curtained area first because that seems like it would be uh less murderous than the rest of them. But uh, the job was to get as much information about this place as I can. So he
Sure.
will probably be still going to the other places, but not happily.
All right. And just to double check, wild shape lasts for like an hour, don't it?
Yeah, last an hour.
Okay. Perfect. All right. Continuing on, we're gonna cut it back over to Drake and Crasher. Uh, keeping your distance from the group ahead, you can hear movement behind you. You think the other group is heading your direction as well.
When I saw Razmir, was Razmir wearing this purple outfit?
That is correct. I'll actually show you a picture of what she looked like here.
Ooh.
Okay.
Yeah. And then Furlum, I'll show you her too.
I will grind their bones to make my bread.
And then this is the guy with the tattoo.
Hell yeah.
Fuck that guy.
Ugh.
I don't know anything about him, but I hate him at first sight.
His clothing and the tattoo make me really worried as a player, but as a character, I know nothing.
Like, as a player, as a character, as a person, like I'd see him and be like, bad news.
That's fair.
I am going to
100%
slow
sus.
down. I'm going to slow down so these other people get ahead of us, and then I'm going to continue toward the commander's tent. But I am going to shift my appearance to Razmir's.
Interesting choice. Okay. You shift your appearance, staying in the middle of both groups.
and I am gonna walk right in the tent.
Okay.
Crasher, it's probably best that you don't go in this part.
Yeah, I'll kind of go behind the tent,
See,
like off to the side.
get some distance, separate yourself. If there's any kind of commotion or anything, then go ahead and head for that spot on the cliff that we hung out on all day. I'll meet you there.
Story to our friends.
All right.
And then I'm gonna summon my. Actually, I'm gonna wait on that. Yeah, and then I'll continue. I'll continue like I own the place. I'm gonna walk right through the front of the tent. At this point, I've heard Rasmir's voice, so if anybody looks like they're standing in the way of the door, I'll tell them to stand aside in Draconic in her voice.
Okay. Yeah, you see the one group continuing on. Crasher, you're confident that you can blend in without like needing a check. Like you know how this kind of operates. And your clothes is pretty similar, so you're confident you can blend in. Drake, as you move toward the tent, I'll put you over here. Crasher, you can see the other group not too far behind. Right there. Drake, you head up to the tent and you can see like several circling patrols moving around the tent. There's two standing at the front of the tent, and they kind of just look at you and they kind of nod their head and they move out the way.
Okay, I'm gonna walk in. As soon as I get past them, I am desperately looking for anything I can find on, like, basically any kind of correspondence, any plans, any maps, any kind of anything that looks like a communication device, anything like that. Is what I'm looking for.
If it's got writing on it, it's going in the bag.
Go ahead and roll an investigation check for me.
Okay.
Come on.
The one's out early. Yeah.
Yeah! There we go.
All right. Okay, let's see what we find here. You see
definitely more of a take it all type.
You see two oil lamps glowing in this room, kind of lighting everything up. You see a writing desk, stool, several tables with books and papers, and spread open on one of the tables is a simple map of the Greenfields area showing villages the cult attacked and looted. An arrow is sketched from the Greenfields towards the west of town to Baragost on the tradeway, where the arrow turns north. A separate sheet of paper is covered with numerals in columns. In columns contains the note: everything must be freighted north to Neritar. We've kept some pearls, a ring, and a handful of small stones. And then you see other papers of less interest. Most of them have bad poetry about dragons.
Okay, that's ridiculous. I love that. I'm gonna grab all of that.
Okay.
Okay. I have. Yeah, I'm gonna grab all of that. I'm gonna like fold it up, tuck it in pockets. Do I see? Is there anything else of interest in here that would be Like any kind of like magic item or anything like that that I think would be useful or would help handicap them if it was taken?
Sorry, nothing like that. But the only other thing you probably would see in there is a small footlocker. Nothing really of interest. Besides maybe that.
Well, you gotta see what's in the box, right?
What's in the
Okay.
box? Sorry.
We'll check the box. Let's check the box. We'll
I would have grabbed the box and just left.
How big is the box?
It's a footlocker, so it's probably
It's a
like
full foot locker.
Oh.
Yeah. I'll open the foot locker. Is there anything in there? Anything interesting?
yeah, you open it up and you see some regalia that looks like Resmir's regalia, the purple robes. It's just another set of those.
Oh, I'm gonna nab that.
Right, yeah, you nab it up. You can hear footsteps coming from outside of the tent. Very close.
Okay. Okay. So I can summon my familiar. Is there okay, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get to the back of the tent. I'm gonna take my dagger out real quick and I'm going to slash a cut in the tent about as wide enough to fit
Exit
my
stage rear.
I'm gonna wide enough to fit my hand.
Okay.
I'm gonna hurry. I'm gonna grab one of the lanterns and I'm going to tip it over on the bed.
Okay.
Then I'm summoning my I'm just going fast as hell. I'm summoning my familiar outside the window because I could do that with as an action real quick. And then I'm sticking my hand out and I'm going inside my ring. So the ring will fall outside the tent. And then I'm going to command my familiar to grab the ring and fly toward the field.
Okay. I'm gonna have you roll a sleight of hand check.
Tell me how that all works. Yes, give me some rolls.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh no, Crasher's getting left behind.
Exit stage. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, that's what I'm going for. I'm just trying to I'm also trying to cover up the lantern is because I'm trying to cover up any sign that I stole a bunch of papers from here, right? If I catch the tent on fire, then maybe they burnt up. So, but yeah, 15. I'm not gonna lucky that. I'll save the lucky.
All right, I'm gonna roll something real quick and. Right. You roll this. Don't you love when DMs make rolls?
No, not at all.
Okay, so that's good.
Yeah, there are like 4 troops.
I love
There's like
hearing
8
that.
creatures walking around that goddamn tent.
And then
I have no idea what's going on. It's driving me crazy.
I
not so
know.
good for you.
Right?
Okay.
Laura and Knick-Knack know nothing. Like.
I don't know
So-
shit.
Quickly
I'm on
moving
an
around.
entirely different map.
Quickly are moving around. You knock over the lamp. Kind of slice a little hole into the side of the tent. You stick your hand out quickly, and then you start to feel like this blackness coming from your ring, and it starts to suck you in. But as you're getting sucked in, you get a glimpse of one of the guards walking by. The guard drake walks right past you, but the cultist seems to notice something just fell out of the side of the tent. He goes over to pick it up, and then suddenly your familiar St. George grabs it and is heading off.
Woo!
You've been spotted. Well, at least St. George has.
No,
Apparently.
I'm just gonna have St. George fly high and
Dash.
far. Like, head for the field, buddy.
All right. Yeah.
120
life's-
feet of stealthy
My life's in your
movement.
hands, St. George.
I feel bad for
So-
Crasher right now.
Well, the fire started. That should be the commotion I was talking about. So at that point, he just needs to leave.
Fair enough. Okay. Yeah, you dip out. Can see, or well, St. George can see that there is the group is moving very close to the tent now. And as they approach, you can hear, "What the hell? Who got in here?" And they start to run inside as you're dipping out.
With my passive perception, would I notice St. George?
I think St. George is going straight up, but you would notice
He said he would be behind the tent, though, so there's a good chance he would have seen that all happen.
Well, the bad thing is that Drake cut a hole behind the tent. You're looking at
But
the front of
Crasher is behind the tent.
it. Oh, you're going behind the commander's tent.
Like that's like, as far as I know, Crasher said that he's gonna go behind the
Yeah.
tent.
That might have been different because there's people walking in circles around the tent.
Yeah.
guard that.
I thought you were talking
And,
about
and
a tent. like,
Crasher's
near you.
Crasher's over at another group of tents. He's not at the same commander's tent as Drake.
Okay, gotcha,
Yeah,
gotcha.
Yeah. You can't see it, but if you look at the stream, yeah. Crasher is in a completely
I can't
separate
see
encampment.
anything, so I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, different tent there where Crasher was at. But
I think I'd have to be behind the commander's tent, but if there are people circling, I obviously wouldn't be behind the commander's tent.
yeah,
Yeah.
you definitely can see groups of patrols circling the tent. That's very obvious.
Laura would have
yeah.
been. Laura
I mean-
100% would have informed you that there is a total of 8 people walking, or there are 2 groups of 4 walking around the tent, and each one of them has a Drake with them. I think it was a Drake. Or no, what was it with
I
them?
mean, it should work out. I told Drake, the last thing I said to Drake was if there was any trouble to meet me back at
Yeah,
that
guard
field.
Drake.
So,
Yeah, they had guard
Or-
Drakes with them.
Crasher.
Crasher, you do see the column of smoke starting to emerge from the commander's tent just out of the center as you're looking over there, but that is all you can see from your current position.
I mean, so for me, that would signal trouble. So then I would start heading out.
Yeah, so you're dipping out. I'm to save a little bit of time here. You're able to blend in quite well, Crasher, so you're able to fairly easy make it out of camp. Where are you two headed? Are you guys headed back to Greenest?
Yeah, I'll head up on the field, pop out of the ring, thank St. George. I'll wait for Crasher to catch up, and then we'll head to Greenest because that's where we're supposed to meet up.
All right. Yeah, you guys are able to get to safety. Let's finish this up with Avril, maybe here, real quick.
Al-Anon.
Or Al-Anon, yeah, sorry.
Sorry, A names, my bad.
Al-Anon, you were getting closer to the meat curtain, you said. Yeah.
You said meat curtain? I wasn't aware of that.
Sorry, the leather
but-
curtain.
But yeah, I'm gonna carry on through that.
All right. I'm gonna have you roll a stealth check. There's still bats everywhere.
Shit.
Well. Yeah. Okay. So you're moving through, skirting around. You see another sturge. You're like, oh, okay, gotta stay away from that thing. And you're kind of backing up, and you almost hit a bat, but you hit yourself, and you are able to make it out.
Alright, I still got 10 more feet of movement. Where I'm at right now.
So yeah, I described, I think, the curtain there. Yeah, this is very
I would
thick.
assume that I'm still like it's a curtain though, so I assume that there's holes big enough for a tiny creature. Because I'm crawling on the ceiling, how it hangs, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think with this one specifically, there is not. It's very thick, several layers of this leather.
So, how, like, there's no way for me to just crawl through, like, gaps?
I think as a spider, probably not, because leather is like kind of heavy.
No, but I'm saying, like, there's no way that it is, like, tight, sealed curtain. You know what I'm saying? It's a curtain. Like,
Yeah.
I'm looking at my curtain at the bathroom right now, and I can see fucking 20 different ways for the spider to get there.
100%. But this is like several layers of like strips of leather. So like, I imagine a spider might get crushed between those strips of leather. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Not a safe way. There's probably a way for a spider to get in
Can
there.
I climb down it and then under the bottom?
We'll certainly try. Are you going to climb down the curtain itself or just down the wall?
I'm going to climb down the wall along the edge of the curtain and then try and get underneath it.
Okay. Let me take a read here real quick.
Because I'm always curious how spiders get into my house. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Yeah, you find a little spot.
There's a sealed, entirely fucking sealed doorway.
Right. You find a way to crawl through. Yeah, like a little gap that you can get through. Moving in?
Yeah, I got 10 more feet of movement. Well, I guess it would be probably like more close to 5 more feet of movement after finding a gap.
Okay.
Or we could even keep it at where I'm at, but like he spends whatever movement he needs to find a gap.
Yeah, no, you're good. You start to pass through this little gap here, and as you're kind of quickly moving through, I need you to make a dexterity saving throw for me, please.
Well, that's not great. And then I rolled really low. Of course, now the low rolls gotta start coming through, baby!
Damn. Alright. Ouch. You take 10 poison damage, and your hit point maximum is reduced by 5 until you finish a long rest, as a metal barb that is, you realize now, has been placed all throughout the strips of leather, catches you as you're, skirting past it, and hits you with some poison damage.
Oh no.
So, because of a spider, I had 1 hit point, so my hit point maximum will only be reduced by 4, right?
Yeah. Yeah, but you're able to make it inside. Other than that,
Okay.
the smell of old blood assaults your nose. The floor is covered with dried puddles of it. Floor to ceiling columns are. Sorry.
The second question is that does break me out of wild shape, like 100%. So, does anything happen from that?
I'll just say you come like rolling out from the bottom and like are turning back into your owl form. You make it through the curtain, but taking some of the damage. So it was
Okay.
10 poison in total. I'm not positive if that carries over or not.
Because I had 1 health as a spider, so it would have been. So the poison damage would have been 9 total damage to me, which would be 4 away from my 2 max health.
Okay, so yeah, you roll out the other side, and that's where you see these puddles of dried blood. You see floor-to-ceiling columns are spaced across the chamber, and chains have been strung between them like clotheslines. Animal carcasses hanging on hooks from chains, and you see gutted and skinned antelope, deer, goats, and what might be big cats, even a few small bears. Some of this meat has been here for a while, if the smell is a reliable indicator.
Does the trap look like it's a single trigger event, or does it look like something that resets?
It looks like there's several of these barbs probably inside of that curtain. Yeah, if you feel like if you touch it again, there's a good chance you might get scraped. If you could wedge something in there, maybe. Perhaps that will work.
Yeah. Then we got the bat problem.
Wow. You got the bat problem.
I'm in a situation.
Yeah.
I can't see anything past where I'm at on the map,
Oh, my
so
bad.
I don't know what's going on.
My bad.
Is this just a chamber? Like, oh, so does it continue on, or is it just? Can I see the whole chamber from where I'm at?
Yeah, mostly. It's just a chamber full of these hanging carcasses, basically, and dry blood on the floor.
I fucking made a mistake. Okay. Shit. Well, I know that there's not a lot of people here, but I can't take much more damage. So I'm gonna heal myself.
Yeah.
Which I can't fucking do because I don't have any spell slots.
Apologies to the rest of you guys. I know it's kind of.
No, it's fine. It's fine. That's.
I ain't tripping.
Yep.
Right.
Okay.
Laura and Nick Nack are becoming good friends.
Yeah. Feel free to role play it out. You travel back. It's kind of a little bit of.
Oh yeah. Oh, if we're doing that, me and Crasher, as we go back, I've got my loot out that I collected from inside my ring, and I've just been jamming on the way back to the greenest.
Hell yeah.
All right. So what I want to try is, I want to thorn whip the bottom of the thing.
Okay.
Or climb through the barb. So how are these barbs set up? Do they like spark out, or is it just like that they're there?
So it's like a. Okay, so imagine several strips of leather, like hanging like back to back, and these little bitty metal barbs are just strung all throughout this leather strips. Makes sense.
And if I can hit a tiny little spider. So would you allow me to thorn whip to try and get like the outermost layer and pull it, and then when I'm pulling it, I want to like commando roll through as I'm turning back into a spider.
All right, go ahead and roll me an acrobatics check.
Well, that's terrible. Oh, come on. It was a fucking 17 on the screen, and then it fucking was against the wall.
Damn. Okay.
One second. I'll see if I have something I can do about this. Oh, I can heal myself, so I'm going to heal myself.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely want to do that.
So I get 5 health back and 1 temp HP.
Okay. How much you sitting at right now?
Isn't I?
13 with 1 temp.
13? Okay. So this isn't going to kill you. That's good news for you. You're able to make it out, but you do catch a barb on the way out.
Alright.
With 6 points of poison damage.
And now I'm back in spider form, and I climb up the wall.
Okay.
Fuck, man, that was such a waste of goddamn time and resources.
Time to GTFO.
Yeah, so I'll dash along the wall. No, I have a job to.
All right, so just a reminder, you have that drops down 10 feet, and then you see another ledge that drops down another 10 feet, and you smell this strong, foul stench. And you can see that below, from that point, you see, several, like, looks like mostly trash. See broken pottery, rotted baskets, and mouse-chewed rope. See discarded clothes, worn boots, tattered books, cracked lamps, and so forth. You can see the faint glint of metal ever so often throughout the heaps of this stuff, kind of like glimmering just slightly.
Does it seem like it's just a bunch of dead villagers stuff?
It looks like trash heaps for the most part.
Alright, I will go down to the ground and across instead of across the ceiling.
Okay. So this is this ledge is 10 feet below the ledge above you and 10 feet above the ground floor.
And so I'd only be able to make it there on that turn.
Okay. We'll just keep going.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, it's just me left, right?
Yeah.
So let's go through this. Yeah. So he's gonna go across the ground, back to the wall, and climb low on the wall, like, basically like corner pinching the ground.
Okay. So are you heading towards the? Okay. Perfect. All right. So let me get over to that area. So yeah, you see the flickering, some simple oil lamps that provide dim flickering light in this room, which illuminates several kobolds.
Are there still a bunch of sturges on the roof?
In the room before you, this room, no. You see one of the kobolds has wings up here on the upper portion. You can see a 10-foot drop off with wooden stairs that descend at the right end of the ledge. A stout cage made of iron bars surrounds these steps to a height of 10 feet to prevent height of 10 feet up above. You can see a peg that hangs atop these steps with a key that hangs on it. You can see a rack along the southwest wall that holds implements, long poles and lassos, and leashes, collars, sharp prods, and mock weapons made of wood, and human-sized dummies stitched out of sailcloth.
Okay, so I see a cage. Is there anything in it?
It's surrounding the staircase that leads down on the right edge of the.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
And other than that, like, it's just kobolds in here, like, personnel-wise. What is there? Like, is there anything significant here, or is it just the kobolds itself?
You are on the ceiling again, right?
I am right now on, on the wall, like maybe a foot off the ground.
Okay, you probably could see in there. Down here below, in the pit below, you can see 3 guard drakes, like, kind of meandering about. Looks like this cage is probably to prevent them from escaping.
Interesting. Is there a way? No, there's probably no way for me to open the cage of this tiny little spider.
Yeah, it's gonna be a rough one. You do see a set of stairs on your west side that lead upward. Kind of curved.
Are they happen to be covered by a leather fucking blanket?
I don't think so.
Alright, if the
No.
case is that
No.
they're not, I'm going back to the ceiling and I'm going towards the goddamn stairs.
Okay, yeah, no leather curtain on this one.
Now we'll go down the stairs.
Okay, so you can see this is like a natural cavern, but it's been enlarged and smoothed into a crude manner. Inside, you can see several more kobolds. I guess I could put everybody else on this. Sorry.
Yo, several is an incorrect comparison to how many kobolds you just popped up on the map.
I'm gonna put a party token down. You guys can just follow Alan on with this.
Sweet.
Sorry about that. I just thought about that just now.
It's all good. I should have thought of that too for stream purposes, like party token.
Several is a huge understatement.
So you can see mattresses of straw covered with badly cured furs form small beds that are haphazardly positioned around the chamber. Rats and small lizards scurry through the food scraps, and moldy wineskins litter the floor.
Yeah, we're all still on the camp, by the way.
Okay. Oh yeah, my bad.
It's all good.
Good call. Good call. Oop, there you go.
Woo!
I won't really fuck with this area because I can't like grab stuff and put it into my spider form.
Oh God!
I transform. So I'm going to continue down the stairs. I will be going carefully, like not trying to get cut by a bunch of poison.
For sure. It definitely looks like the ground isn't very safe with all these rats and lizards skittering around.
I'm up on the ceiling again.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, I would say like I'm like 3/4 of the way up the wall is like where he's decided is probably the safest. So that's like where he's at. He's like 3/4 of the way up the wall. It's like ceiling, bats, floor, fucking lizards, and goddamn rats. Like he's just like none of this is great.
For sure. Okay, so yeah, these stairs lead upward to this area. They continue upward to the south over here. Yeah. Guys over here. Grab both you guys. The stairs continue on over to the next area. You're in the wall, Eleanor. There you go.
Oh shit, where'd I go? Oh, okay, there it is.
Yeah. Put everybody over here. There we go. Alright, so what you can see in this room. You can see 2 humans in this room. This chamber has been enlarged and reshaped from its original form. The floor and 3 walls are smooth, and stalactites and stalagmites have been polished into gleaming columns. Every surface glistens with moisture, and the air is warm and humid. The flat walls of the chamber are decorated with shallow, abstract carvings of dragons. Dragons' tails coil into intricate patterns and knots that flow across the walls. The creatures portrayed in the northwest corner stands out, a five-headed dragon rising from an erupting volcano. Other dragons, which seem dwarfed by the five-headed monstrosity, flocks to its side. A small wooden chest with silver and mother-of-pearl inlays sits on the floor in the corner in the front of the monstrous dragon carving.
I'm gonna continue on, crawling along about 3/4 of the way up the wall, and try and get down the next set of stairs.
Okay. Alrighty. So as you're continuing on, I'm just gonna put you over here. There you go.
Yeah, I was gonna say, drag me wherever. I'll just tell you, and then you put me where you need to put me.
Oh shit!
You're good there. You're good there. So you can see the stairs that you're currently headed towards right now, and you also see a small passageway over to the southwest.
Have I had really good luck with small passageways lately?
That's fair.
But if I don't find anything here, then I guess I'll have to check it out. I have to get something.
For sure. Okay, so you're heading into that room, or are you going down the small passageway?
I'm heading into the larger room.
Perfect. Okay.
Still halfway, like 3/4 of the way up the wall.
Mm-hmm. Okay. The chamber that opens at the bottom of the stairs is immense. A wide ledge runs along the left wall and drops away to a pit on the right. Many stalactites descend from the ceiling, and the sound of dripping water echoes continuously.
Is there still the bat problem here?
This one does not have the bat problem.
I will ascend to the ceiling and continue to the middle of the room.
Okay. So you can see that the lower portion of the room is about 15 feet below the ledge. Wooden steps have been built down to the lower floor. You can see that these steps are also enclosed in a stout iron cage with a gate at the bottom. The key to the gate hangs on a wall peg opposite the top of the stairs.
What's inside the cage?
It's just another cage that surrounds the stairs to a height of about 10 feet to seemingly keep whatever's in there out. You can also...
I'm just going to say in character, I can see 2 tokens. I just don't know what they are.
Yeah. So you can actually see a couple of guard drakes down there. Yeah, down here. These 2 tokens are you up here at the top of the stairs.
Yeah, I see me, but I'm talking about your ones.
Oh, but okay, down here. Yeah, so
I can see the other 2. I have 100.
for sure. So
I guess technically 4, but
so from the ledge or from above the ledge on the ceiling, you can just make out the shapes of large eggs in the darkness below.
So, oh man, this might be the worst decision of my life. So you're saying I see a bunch of eggs down there?
Yep, and 2 guard drakes.
And there's a cage. I can't do it. Okay. There's no way I would survive. Yeah, I want to steal those eggs so goddamn.
Tempting. I was gonna say, I don't know if I was muted there or not, but the cage only rises like 10 feet off the stairs, so you could like walk on the ceiling over it or fly over.
I mean, it's a cave. Like I was about to say, like I could get through it for sure, but the issue isn't getting to the eggs and getting them out. I could do that no problem. It's getting the rest of the way out of this place. Which, if I was double dashing and running the entire time.
Think about all the stuff that you've passed by as a spider.
I was about to say, but I've seen so many things that can murder me on the way here. God, I want one of those eggs so bad. I want it so bad. If only I wouldn't have gotten fucking scraped earlier, I'd have one of those eggs right now.
Just unwild shape and grab one. It's fine.
I have no more wild shapes left. I'd have to fly out normal.
That's fine.
Fuck,
nothing that'll happen.
Yo. So I'm really good at sneaking. No, I'm like seriously considering doing it. Like I want one. Like super. So are the eggs in the back corner there?
Yeah, you can see from your vantage point 3 large eggs. I think one's not on.
How big is the room?
Let's see.
Fireball.
You
We
see,
have eggs tonight.
the room. Let's see. It's a total of 3 eggs that are spread throughout the area. Each is about 3 feet tall and weighs a lot.
So the eggs are bigger than I am. So there's just no way that I can do this.
Yeah, that might be rough. I'm just looking at that now.
Yeah, I was about to say I'm 2.5 feet tall, and I certainly don't weigh that much. So like, and my strength is a flat 10.
You think they're pretty heavy.
Yeah, so I have gotten the information that I was seeking, and I know what they're doing in this cave now. So I will X-nay out the X-nay.
Okay.
I will not look at the other corridor. I'm just going to leave out of the corridor, climbing about 3/4 of the way up the wall until I am out of this building.
Okay. You will have to pass through the bats if you're going back the way you came.
But I'm not on the ceiling anymore.
Oh, you're not doing the ceiling. Okay. Gotcha. Okay.
I learned from past experiences.
For sure. Okay, yeah, you are able to, I think, make your way out. No problem.
There will be one area that I have to walk across the ceiling that is where the bats are at because there's entryways on either side of that area. So I will have to do one stealth check. Guaranteed. Of course, there's more if you need to do more, but there's one area in that map I have to do a stealth check.
Yeah, I don't think... Which area are you talking about here? I'll put you on your
where there's the entryway on both sides of the map. That's I can't walk on the walls, right? I guess I could. No, I don't have to do a stealth check. I'll just go on the ground.
Sure, yeah, I think you make it out without the stealth check if you stay off the ceiling. Yeah, so you're able to make it out. Just outside back in the camp.
And then I climb up the rock face to the top of the cliff, untransform, and fly back to Green Forest.
Perfect. Okay. Alright, we'll take you guys back over to Greenus.
Looking very hurt, but I did learn something.
Don't check out shit alone. Okay.
That's not what I learned. I learned that don't trust leather curtains. That's what I learned.
It's worth a shot. Okay.
All right.
Make it back to Greenest.
Sweet. We're back in Greenest. Ah! I hit refresh.
Wow, they rebuilt this place fast.
Like super fast. These guys are fantastic.
Damn.
Is using a different map because this is
dwarven
metal.
workmanship here.
Yeah, 100%.
Okay.
I don't know what job you guys do, but you're hired.
Good news for you guys. You guys do make it to level 3.
Woohoo!
Sweet.
Oh, I get
Better
a new
news, we didn't
buddy.
I somehow find Fuzzy.
I can't believe that worked.
I'm gonna roll some HP real quick.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, right. I gotta turn the manual on. New points manual. There it is.
I don't know if you saw in the chat, Mob, but Knick-Knack was telling Laura about this thing that he wanted to show Bum Bum. And it was unfinished, but Laura told him to finish it, and that's gonna be my steel defender that I have.
Perfect. Okay.
Yeah, so I'll make a little token for it. It's gonna be a duck.
A duck.
Yeah.
I was like, is it a mini Bum Bum or is it
Battle Duck.
Battle Duck.
He's a duck with a wizard hat.
Hell yeah.
Oh, I love that.
Heck yeah.
Battle Duck that dies from 1d4 fucking damage. What's that guy's fucking channel or whatever? It's like wizard dies from 1d4.
Yeah.
Alright. Beast Companion!
So it
Here,
is
Fuzzy,
late
Fuzzy,
in the-
Fuzzy, Fuzzy!
It is late in the day by the time you guys arrive back to Greenest. You can see that Leosin has headed out. It seems earlier than he had planned. He's not there at Greenest. But you see Governor Nighthill. They kind of fill him in on what's going on. He asked if you had recovered any of the treasure, but that's secondary to the prisoners, which you guys did release. Very grateful for that. He does make your payment of, I believe it was 250 gold each, if I remember correctly.
Ooh.
Correct.
Would Drake bring up where the treasure was?
Yeah, if he brought up the treasure and the fact that we hadn't returned with any, I would bring up that according to the leaders in the camp, we found out the treasure was in that cave. So, and there was just no way we could get through the security of the cave. Well, I can't really speak to that.
I would have brought up that I didn't see any treasure in the cave. I saw a lot of dead bodies and death and destruction, and I saw a lot of fucking dead animals, but I didn't see any treasure. But I did see dragon eggs.
Oh.
So yeah, he makes your payment of 250 gold each, and he gives you a small rolled up note that has several seals on the end of it. Looks like it's a letter of accomplishments, like a little letter that just tells of all the great deeds you've done for Greenest.
Mm.
sweet. Yeah, I'll also make sure I'm not going to hand over the documents, but I'm going to tell him all the information that's on the documents that I learned.
Yeah, that's good to know. I talked to Leosin before he made it back. He headed out earlier than he expected, but he told me to let you know that your horses are waiting outside of the keep. Whenever you're ready.
Horses?
Yeah, got
I
you.
would say, perfect. The deal is then good. Do you
made a
want me
deal
to
for some
tell you the
horses?
information he was supposed to know?
He didn't. He kind of filled me on what he saw, but he didn't give me as much information as you all have. He hit it off fairly quickly, but he said he is headed towards El Terrell. To stay ahead of this.
I would tell him about the details inside the cave, everything that I saw. Be like, that is what he asked me to find out. And I will tell him what I see.
So that's very ominous to know that they're doing that so close to Greelist. We'll have to figure out how to deal with that in a short amount of time.
I would have stolen one of the eggs if I could, but I was almost dead, so I couldn't.
Quite all right. You've done more than enough for the town of Greenest. I can't thank you enough.
It's kind of funny that you went from having the easiest job to the hardest job.
Yeah.
Right? It went from like, oh, I just got to get this guy to this cliff face, and he's just like, oh, here's this other thing.
Do the side quest for me real quick.
Go rock out a whole dungeon.
Hey, Mob, I have a question. Can Laura find her wolf companion as they're returning to town?
Yes, I was going to mention that. I forgot. Thank you for reminding me. Yeah, she
Yay!
does. Governor Nighthill says for tonight you should rest. He is planning to hold a little public event just at the local tavern. It luckily hadn't burned down during the raids. He's free drinks for you guys for tonight.
Holy shit! Thank you.
Can I
That actually
speak
sounds
to your
neat.
brewer?
What's that?
Can I speak to your brewer? I would like to know his recipes.
Sure, he'd be in the tavern. Sure, he wouldn't mind a chat with some local heroes.
Wait, you brew? That little owl that brews?
Oh, it's one of the traditions of our area is that when one passes that we brew the best alcohol that we can and share it amongst ourselves. So I'm researching on the best alcohol in the land. So I would like to learn how to brew the most powerful alcohol that I can.
Sounds like
You've not heard the
made new
stories?
friends.
You've not heard the stories?
Hard doubt on that, but
The stories. The stories of the wizard who lives in the mountain with all the little owls, and he makes the beer with the hops.
oh, you mean Uncle Sylvester? He does live in the mountain that is in the middle of the forest and brews beer with all of us owls. I guess that would be the most compatible comparison, I guess. He is our brewmaster. He can brew alcohols that could do things that he wouldn't even imagine.
So I think that's kind of at the end of what I got right now. So we'll go ahead and end it here with a long rest and a level up. I think it's a good place to end it here for this week's session. Interesting.
Hell yeah.
Awesome.
Interesting.
We survived.
We lived! Yay!
We'll always find it
You
fascinating.
get to do that thing they call is keeping it going for another day.
Kind of fascinating, like how, like I know I probably did this as a player too, but like it's funny. Like sometimes, like I'll prep like a certain amount, and then like it takes like 3 sessions to get through, and then sometimes I prep the same amount, and it's like right through it. You know what I mean? Quite interesting.
So can I
Always.
ask
Yeah.
real quick?
Well, I assume that you didn't think that like you're like you put so many hints. You're just like you need everybody to go do this. You need to do that. Like, and I was just like, I'm gonna turn into a tiny spider so they can't see me and just do it.
Oh no, that totally
Can I
works.
ask you, Mom?
Sure.
What would have happened if we had chose to go with those stealth checks versus deception?
Huh. Well, those were a lot worse rolls.
Definitely.
I'd say something along the lines of, how do I say not to say too much?
You'd have got found the fuck out.
Yeah, there would have been some eyebrows raised. I'll say that.
They'd be like, "Hey, why are you guys sneaking around?"
Why is this loud and proud half dragon that was a blowhard fucking sneaking now?
Right.
Why are you crouching, sir?
Probably be a
You
lot
should
more
not be
interesting
crouching.
than why I'm at the camp.
Like Skyrim stealthy. Hey, what are you doing?
He was just like crouch. Where'd you go?
Mom, I
Yeah.
posted the token in the Discord.
I'm looking at it right now. I love it.
That's the steel defender.
That's my steel defender.
I'm gonna say
Perfect.
you can also grab Fuzzball's old token if you want.
Okay. Yeah, I'll put it.
Mob, I took
Fuzzy
summon beast,
looks
so I'm
exactly
gonna let
like
you know that
Fuzzball.
now ahead of time.
Looks just like his daddy.
What did you say, Dottie?
I took summon beast, so I'm gonna let you know that ahead of time.
Awesome. Okay. Appreciate the heads up.
Well, yeah, I'm a druid, so and I'm playing my druid how I've always like envisioned them. So I just
Sure.
gotta let you know ahead of time. There's gonna be a lot of summon beasts.
Is it conjure animals? Is that the spell specifically that you're looking at? Or
No,
is it-
summon beast is the spell specific.
Okay, I don't know what that one does. Let me take a look at it.
That's I think summon beasts. Or no, it's conjure animals.
Post it. Are you still in chat?
Yeah. I remember conjure animals from the Curse of
This
Strahd.
is summon
Yeah, this is okay. Yeah, this is the one where you get the multiple beasts.
Yeah,
Depending
this
on
one
their
is way
rating.
worse than
Way
conjure
worse.
animal.
I have to see if I can remember how to do that.
Summon beast was technically what Fuzzball was.
This is the one that at higher levels, at one point in time, I summoned 13 to, I think it was like 15 or something like that, wolves all at once. Whether I wild shaped into a dire wolf and basically just summoned a massive pack of wolves.
Yeah.
Fuck me, that's gonna be rough. Okay. What is your pet's name, Laura?
Oh,
Is
it's
it
Fuzzy.
Fuzzball? Fuzzy, okay.
It's Fuzzball's eldest pup.
Gotcha, okay.
But now
Fuzzball
they've
had her pup
changed
sleep.
it to where you can't do that, apparently. Now it's just a bestial spirit.
Yeah.
Which is unfortunate, because I really enjoyed summoning a bunch of snakes and shit.
Are you sure you're not getting it confused with conjured animals spell?
I'm looking directly at it, so
Okay.
I'm certain I'm not.
Because summon beast should also
'Cause
let
before
you
it
summon
was
a
different.
different type of beast each time. Unless I'm getting
No,
confused with my ranger
they
ability
changed the spell.
Oh,
They changed the spell. So it's not
Ah.
that like we're not wrong. They just
Mm.
changed the spell. So
shouldn't have changed
now
it.
it's not like which yeah, I was gonna say like I'm kind of fucking mad now. But like I'm a druid, so I can change it whenever I want. But at the
Yeah.
same time, like I'm not because I'm certainly gonna summon another wolf, so we can do tandem wolf stuff like we used to do.
Yeah. Sweet.
I
Oh.
got a duck.
Let's see if I can find a steel defender.
We're quickly becoming the party of pets again. Oh,
Yep.
I should probably end this.
Yeah, I
stream.
was about to say, like, now it's gonna be a bunch of pets.
Hell yeah! Here we go again. It's just like the previous modules.
I mean, St. George is less of a pet and more of a companion, really.
That's true.
I don't think we had any pets in
St. George is an ancestor.
I don't think we had any pets in.
I did.
Una had
Yeah.
pets. She had her bag of tricks.
I was
Okay.
gonna say Una did, and fucking Nichek.
Yep.
Like that was his whole thing.
I wouldn't call them pets, because
I-
Una was very quick
Mhm.
to be like, "All right, here's a weasel, go blow up."
You be careful what you say about Pestachu. That's all I'm gonna say.
Pestachu
Okay,
was
Pestachu was a pet, but also Pestachu.
yeah.
Avril had a whole lot of cat pets at one point in time, but they all.
Okay, that's.
We don't talk about that. We don't talk about that.
Leafy. Leafy is another pet.
Yeah, Leafy was a pet.
You say Leafy was a pet? I was just like, no, we were for sure a pet party. Like that was 100% pet.
We were a
Pestachu
pet party
became,
then. We're gonna be a
like-
pet party again. Here we go. Round two.
Pestachu
Okay,
became
two-
like the whole
Two
like
people had quote
group
unquote
fucking
pet.
pet. Like everybody was about Pestachu.
Yeah.
It was so sad when your character turned and didn't give a shit about Pestachu anymore. I remember like literally the round of combat it happened in and how sad I was in that moment of just like, damn, man, fucking
Yeah.
therein
So,
lies
yeah,
the body
Pestachu
of Pestachu discarded like
I
refuge.
suppose you could call the
You
fairy
know, Lichdom's a hell of a drug.
Poof, you ain't lying.
Yeah.
Which
Yes,
was
it
a hell of
is.
a drug.
pet. What's the name of your fairy friend?